have comfort on Rel. Why is Mel banned? Because there's a bug with her W and Dragon Soul right now. It's a whole interaction. Either way,
I remember hearing you say it.
Yeah, there's a whole load of weird stuff going on with that, and there's a bug basically when
to your lanes as well in terms of where things are going. Very valuable second wards of the game. Good crash down now onto 369. Ignite popped as well. Not really all that much. Flandre on the other side also in danger, but Tarzan is still here off the reset. Jackie, remember, doesn't have summoners to work with. It's a kill onto Flandre. Oh, top esports, you've overplayed that on the other side of the map. Electro Harpoon slow. Gonna get the Conqueror, that gets over the wall.
Them not checking that, not having their camera over that bush. Shanks, ooh, not quite shoved into turret.
Not quite. Now the turnaround comes on through, and Cream without much mana lead to all that much. Just trades of HP bars. Flandre potentially in danger. Has got the equalizer. Will drop it onto the wave, but it's going to get dove on regardless. Into the wall they go. TP coming on through. There's Rel coming on up, but it's going to be a little too late. There's the wave at the very least. Flandre, but can't do too much more. Tarzan gets the dragon on the other side.
Flandre gets the wave, won't be able to get the next one. No one can teleport up there. So the top is what's now going to be a wave up on the entire map. As you can see, Jackal up top, Cream mid, 369 bot. They're farming 3 waves at once. On the other side, Anyone's Legend. Flandre was dead. Couldn't claim one of those waves, so Anyone's Legend have lost. I mean, I guess it's 150-ish gold for a wave, right? Something like that. Hang on a second, Gal has flash. Might have to use it here.
Yeah, it was by themselves. Has the flash, gets driven into a wall and just dies. Decides against burning the summoners, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose Onivia could flash Impale to follow, but
not really too... Hang on, actually, I say that. Shank's about to phase check. So snip inside the hallowed mist. Shanks will get a phase rush. He trades back well. Exhaust coming on down there. Forces the flash. Needles working. I think 369 might be getting a lot of snipping value. Not quite the kill.
Shanks blows that flash in a single auto. Is the difference that Pantheon ulting topside now? Oh, 369. It's not an honorable 1v1. The Pan Man cometh and takes down the Gwen.
That they do. Oh, Gwen, I thought you'd done it, but the Molten Shield came on through.
Yeah.
Well, there are dragons on the rift, but they're being killed, so that feels... Gwen and then Gwen started running Exhaust to manage the phase rush. But now adding in a Rocket Belt and Swifties, I actually think that helps manage the Exhaust slowdown, so you can still run away. Now Shank's potentially in danger. Exhaust comes down from Kyle. Hung looking for an engage. Doesn't quite land the quickness until now onto Shanks. But now Shanks, I think, is just likely in danger. The Impale will be about to come on through. Heartsteel proc is good. Finally, Kyle goes on in. I don't think they're going to find all that much value here.
Not sure about using the ult there, Kyle. I think you just leave your mid lane here and you leave. Shanks, his ultimate...
Autos are not going to happen right now. Kyle at about half. A bit dicey for them. May need to reset. Flandre there, potentially a really good angle here for an equalizer. Trying to stick around.
Yeah, but like his equalizer's not as powered this build. It's actually much more about his own kind of overheating, getting the phase rush to keep his auto attacks from his overheat down. He doesn't have a Leandries, doesn't have a Bloodlettuce. God damn, that's a lot of objective damage. That dragon is getting absolutely shredded. Toppies, can they get back in time to wave clear mid? That's going to be a problem. AL might have just set up a bit of a trap here for top esports. I think they'll just take the tower.
Hang on, Equalizer's going to come on down. They're going to get to the backside. It's onto Cream, so he's going to be denied for getting on in. Jackal flashing on out. Grand Starfall comes on top of Cream, who does shuffle away. Footwork getting into the backline is Tarzan with a shield ball. Throws down the Aegis Assault. Hung, the battle dancing in. Got so much value. Will finally go down. Impale is going to get value. Gwen traded for Pantheon. Health bars low. Generally speaking for top esports. Shanks looking for potential angle. With the flash! Disintegrates! Darth Vader and Boba Fett at arms. They find everyone! Top esports turned into the bottom.
Anyone's Legend lay a trap for top esports on their way back
out to the back end of it.
And the more I look at this top lane matchup, why didn't they just take the Rumble, man? You are much more comfortable with the Rumble side of that matchup. I think 369, his Gwen has not impressed me this year, whereas his Rumble has. I'm surprised at this. I'm surprised that we called it out before. Flandre, standing and fighting pretty damn well. I mean, the W wasn't bad there from 369. The equalizer basically doesn't get any damage through. That's Khan. Started up. I'm not really sure how serious AL are about this.
No, if he can drive through the wall as well. Keeping Skarn out of the pit from this side of the map can be very tricky.
Well, into Khan, it may strike again. Shanks no flash. Cream closer to the Annie than potentially you'd like to be. Teleport up from the Gwen. Rumble to that from the bot side. His equalizer's not up just yet. Remember, this build is less about the equalizer, actually more about his just regular flame spitter overheaty stuff.
Oh, Flandre, remember, doesn't have the equalizer. Will rocket belt away. Tarzan, though, in danger. Doesn't have the flash. Gets driven into the wall. Hope, though, because nice. Free fire has gone and made sure he transcends oneself. The Azir gets the Pantheon, but into the backline, Gwen gets the Rumble as well. That's just a little bit too far from AL.
Great engage from Hung and Kanavi. I think in their last series, Hung was really struggling to land engages. He was pretty hard diff by On, but that's a much better look in from him 0, 1, and 7. One more to go. Spartan. Kyle goes for the engage on the other side, but he's gone way too deep.
Hope's trying to get value, but again, doesn't have the ult. Flashes on in, does get the Skarner knocked up by 2. The grand entrance is AL's exit. They're all gone.
They're all gone. Jackulov uses the ult to make sure that Shanks goes down. Cream also dies, but the DPS is done. And it's not like you need to have everyone alive like the Baron when the objective goes down. They will claim the feathers and top esports around the Atakan, get themselves well back into the...
Nara, sometimes if you don't have the ult, your damage sometimes just isn't quite the same.
This was what happened in the 1v1. Tried to cancel a recall out, but actually 369 standing and fighting well. We quite kind of called out Gwen for not being that effective earlier. Finding out the... hang on a second, this is a very low dragon. It's gone down. Top esports get the second of the game.
They do indeed. On towards potential blue buff in bait, but Tarzan will pick that one up and back away. Gold is pretty much even, actually, to be fair. But the last few moments have been a bit awkward from anyone's
great position to control how the game plays out. That is always a terrifying thing. Regardless of the form of top esports, if Kanavi has tools, he can do special things.
100% KP alongside Hung as well, right? That's a big deal.
Yeah, the jungle support really playing well today. I think against BLG, already, I think this is a better series from him already now in this first game. Has Flash, has Ghost. Man, if he has ult and Ghost, jump out onto him. Flandre's walked up too far now. Has Flash, might be forced to use it.
Will work, trying to phase rush out. Damage comes on forwards. There's a bit of a stun, try and buy stun, but Kyle cannot do enough. They'll try and get some value, but Flandre's a dead mecha. Kyle will flash one out. I'm not talking about the Euler in chat.
Yeah, it's a bit more like a Zaku than a Gundam in this
really
one.
Hurts the damage profile. Wrapping around, gonna face check Shanks, who gets a fair amount of damage down onto that Azir. Ow, 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 ow. Managed to get away, loses about 2/3 of the HP bar, and that might actually prevent the Baron.
Cream, what is that face check? Come on, man. That is a genuine Baron angle with Flandre dead. Now, with him resetting, there's no real chance to do much outside of that. Shanks has himself Flash for a stun. Potentially could keep going forwards as well with Kyle just around the corner. Cleanse on Jackulov, man, it was a bit harder to do. Hope able to get the end of turret. This is all coming from
TP
Cream.
behind.
Not having a great fight. Kanavi caught out.
Trying to catch Hope, but that means actually AL turn onto the river. They're TPing in themselves. The Rumble coming across. 369, look at flag angle. Magnet Storm crashed down. Jackulov immune to the stun by making sure he goes to the discover. The Grand Starfall trying to bring down the Zaya. Bird skewered. All the while Flandre trying to run away. Needlework going on down. Flandre goes golden for a moment or two. The Arc of Judgment and Ruin. Disintegrate comes on top of the Azir, who is incinerated, turned to ashes. And they come away with 3. They lose Flandre on the TP, but the damage is done.
3 for 1, and all of this comes off of Cream's face check into Shanks around the first Baron start. Top esports go from a winning position around the objective to a harsh losing one as Cream loses too much HP to be on the field. Top esports will be able to get the mid lane out of turret, I think, with the Nash's Tooth Gwen hitting away on it, but losing the Baron is a devastating blow to top esports. Anyone's Legend take a great play out of Fog of War from Shanks to transform into a choke point team fight into the Baron, and now they're ahead of the game.
369 teleport trying to catch
no, this is not bad actually from top esports. The tower's gonna be done before they don't want to use it. They will need to keep the equalizer up for the next dragon is what they want to do. They'll trade turret for turret, but is an in effort out. Kind of insane given how late into the game it is. Top esports will get some respawns through.
Down from Kyle. There's an infinity is built from Hope. He's going to try and find value. Grand Starfall comes through, equalize it. The choke point means that Jackulov struggling to get forward to get value. Will try and root it. Flandre doesn't quite. Skarner is eviscerated. Shanks over the wall. Gets on the Jackulov. Finally goes to the cover. The Venator means nothing. Another stun. Goes golden. Shanks with a glorious angle. 367 will at least bring down Unara, but it's in a 1v3. How much more can they do? Quite a lot. I think if they can get a Q off, but no. Is taken out all the while. Cream does bring down Shanks. I think it ends up being a 3 for 2 in favor of AL.
Yeah, both carries go down from Anyone's Legend, but they do manage to take out 3, and they'll get the Dragon. So Anyone's Legend get what they came for. They'll get the Dragon and get their second of the game. Stop top esports from getting their behind in gold. You can only see it's 1,000 gold the difference.
Very manageable.
The top of the screen. Baron started up. Kanavi can tank this for a decent while.
Will disappear as well. Remember how much DPS they have here. They're going to try and turn around with the Hunger Flashes away, but that's only the support. That's not really going to be anybody in the pit. Tarzan flashes in! Doesn't get the secure. Now he's into the pit. Does not quite go down. Impale comes on top of him. Got the GA to work with. Baron is top esports nonetheless. Kyle tries to get to the backline. Cream on top of the equalizer. Stuns up. Flashes out. Big engage on the backside. The quickness comes on that, but they're still going to lose the rumble. Jackulov with the feathers! Hope is dead! Hope is dead! And anyone's Legend! No one's fools! Top esports, make them laughing stocks.
The Anyone's Legend cartographers right on the map. Around the Baron pit. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. They flash into the pit. Hope tries to flash forward to kill Cream. Doesn't manage to do so, and it's another game where late game Unara just cannot match the promise of someone like the Zaya and the Azir. Top Esports outscale, outfight, win game 1.
It's a wonderful game, exciting, back and forth, and in the end, Top Esports hit their break points. We wondered whether it would happen at 34 minutes in with a broken HUD. Top Esports are looking to end this one in decisive fashion around the Baron.
Top Esports, they managed to scale into the game. A wonderful game from Kanavi. Stops the shockwave pressure being nearly as much. You can bounce ricochets around the place, and one of the annoying things for the Wukong is that your clone becomes another avenue for ricochets to bounce around the team.
Should be able to get back, but I wonder whether he's going to stick around and try and get this wave shoved. It's a bit bold, but he gets away with it.
Kanavi is going to just make sure that Cream's set. Hang on a second. Q's coming in. Clockwork wind-up. It's just around the corner. Wave's not fully crashed in. Kanavi really just trying to make sure that Tarzan is not able to enter mid lane.
Yeah, Kanavi walks up, gets his Conquest up. I hope he's now roaming on down. He came from the top side because, of course, he lanes well. Hung now here. Body block not there for the Void Seeker. Kanavi low, flashes out. Hope flashes on forward, gets the order. Now Tarzan go back on in. Looking to get some more values. Cream flashes out to safety. Hung, though, has been hung out to dry. I think another passive auto from Hope, and the Acathian Rain. Single target is enough to bring down another one. 2 kill Kaiser. Threatening me is now at 3rd HP.
Kanavi starting up Dragon. Doesn't have flash or ult. Hope is pretty strong too. It is the Scion.
Oh boy.
The train stops at Kanavi's station, and it's a 3rd kill for Hope's Kaiser.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, Hope's Kaiser just somehow has a way of doing this. I mean, at MSI, it felt like teams just forgot this champion existed for him. LPL Kaiser is good. Hope is one of the best. Not finishing all the grubs. Now, a lot of the time, junglers will leave that 3rd one because it's just not time efficient to kill it. And trying to contest Kanavi and bot side now. Tarzan really wanting to keep ahead of this enemy jungler. Flash Cyclone.
Just get part 1 coming on down. Shunk onto Hung again. Doesn't have the flash. Or in fact, anything resembling defenses. Tarzan are potentially dated the core. The gravity field gets knocked up, does go down. Shank's trying to trade on out. The Arcane Storm was going to also burn out. Kanavi goes down. Cream continue to try and trade. Hook away from Kyle. It's a 2-for-1 for AL.
Said, not bad turnaround from Kanavi. I mean, Shanks has red buff as well, which means that if he stays out of combat, he'll start to regen up a little bit. He took that from Hang on Hope. Yeah, now you don't have that flash, so that's the flash down. Barrier down, so he still has ult to work with.
Oh, Feral Scream comes on down. Feast still available. It's not available. 3-600 still on cooldown.
He's not a minion.
Come on forwards. Forcing to flash all the way bot side. Hang on.
Solo kill. Solo kill from Flandre.
Come on in. Killer Instinct available. Jackal now walking on up. Has the on the hunt. He's got the Muntals and a Dream.
Top Esports, they have that flash on Sivir, remember? Didn't use it the last time. That could be important. Flash away from Kyle, gets the lollipop around the wall.
Flashes around, Wave gets the depth charge down. That's going to be the pickup on the Dragon by the side of the Shin's out for Kanavi. Fight afterwards, though. Into the backside. Feast available. Can't quite get it. It's a 1-for-1. Jungler for jungler. Hung in the backside, trying to keep Hope away from the play as they're all the while Top Esports command distance down. At least one more member. Cream trying to get some value back. Hung survives. Ends up being a 2-4.
Doesn't have something like Leandries or Bloodletters or Riftmaker. That's a catch out in the river onto the Wukong.
They'll try and jump onto him. Hung his there. Kyle, though, getting the Ghost procs, getting some good passive orders done. The Stagnant Blows value. Kanavi in the backside with the Audacious Charge. Overcomes Jackal trying to get down the Boomerang Blaze. Kanavi dead, though. And they just don't have enough in the tank.
Jungle support diff is pretty heavy in this game. Tarzan is... Oriana can't really do it against the Rod of Ages. I do think it leaves him a little low on damage, but with Kaiser being so far ahead, you feel better again about that.
Yeah, they do. And again,
around Vision and jungle support plays in River. If you get mid lane turret down, that just gets even worse, right? It's so much worse to play around. Cho'Gath is probably dead here too. 4v1
yeah, damage comes on forwards, and 369 is rolling the 3 there. The Cho'Gath doesn't have Feast, doesn't have a lot to say. Hope gets to sit here and order this turret now. He would have used the supercharge for the extra speed. Can't quite clear the turret on this wave, but does get the majority of it. We've got 3 grubs as well, so I don't think it'll take much more than the next wave. Hung looking for an angle there. Just some hex flashes and punts Shanks away.
Boop. Help with that. So Herald not finished just yet. Of course, it was peeled off of to go towards topside. Kyle doesn't have flash.
Okay, well, now for some potential turnaround. Hung gonna step on forwards. Unbreakable will rolling. Kanavi with the Crescent Guard up as well, but I think that's about a timeout. No, the card is broken. Hope hasn't gone on in. The Arcane Storm has done a fair amount of work. 369
Beast is coming.
On the flank. Blast going over the wall! Nah, that's not fair. 369 flashing on forwards. Does get the Feast regardless. 2-1 down. Top Esports getting value. Shockwave on in. Not the highest damage though. Flandre still trying to get to the backside. Oh, there goes Hope. And the Killer Instinct onto the jungle. Does get some back. Tarzan about 3rd HP. Shanks being chunked, but over goes Tarzan. Nimbus strike in. Warrior Trickster out.
Ends up being, what, a 2-for-1, all things said and done. Top Esports lose the 1. Anyone's Legend, 2 down, 369. I'm not actually sure if he got the kill with his feast.
Help pick up a second dragon here. For Anyone's Legend, 369 looking to pick up this turret. Help even up some of those gold discrepancies. Again, it is only second dragons. It's not exactly like Anyone's Legend. Have been super fast stacking those. We need another 10 minutes realistically to have that as a true threat. AL now collapsing in this mid lane, looking to pick up the turret here after the dragon. So additional bonus wins there.
That the Yunara not really being in a great position to follow up on engage. Not going to be a problem with that Kaiser. Of course, one of the best in the game at doing that. Just upgraded the boots, by the way, to the blah 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 ones. Prompting 4 over here.
And Void Seeker comes on through. Trolling the river, very much Anyone's Legends. At least you've got like this Cho'Gath you can theoretically fetch it. Rupture does land. It's only onto the side, not the easiest target. Feral Scream comes down. Tarzan looking for the angle. Can look for the big cyclone. Flash with the Walker Gael into the staggering blows. Kanavi already 0 and 6, trying to find some value. And Tarzan says, absolutely not. It's a cyclone in a choke point. Typhoon season hits, and Top Esports get whacked in that tri-brush. They lose the Cho'Gath. Big chunk though. Onto the Nautilus, needs to back away. Atakan up.
Even with the Crescent Guard going onto the Shockwave got 0 value. I still think that Anyone's Legend just have way too many stats to work with. Top E's was trying to get control of the Tri-Brush to stop Atakan being a huge threat. Now walking into the bot side jungle. Atakan's not going to be taken. The Herald was summoned. Ends up taking the mid lane out of turret. Hope will finish up the mid lane in a turret with the 3 grubs, and Top E's too far behind. Too much gold onto that Kai'Sa means that your front line cannot play the same way it would do in an even game.
Alright, now towards the Atakan again. Anyone's Legend looking to threaten Top Esports. 369 exhausted, needs to flash away the double knockup. Try to turn around with the Rupture though. Kanavi misses the win, becomes lightning, means he can't audacious charge in. Damage onto Tarzan though is low. Hook onto Kanavi. Crescent Guard comes on and he lost as well. A double towards this Kai'Sa, who is utterly unreal fed in this game.
Exactly what they've been doing. 8-0-2 is Hope's Kai'Sa so far ahead, and it's another team, another game where Hope's Kai'Sa has been overlooked. Another Mountain Dragon goes towards Anyone's Legend, makes it even worse. Jackie desperately needs a mortal reminder, and he desperately needs
hang on. Looking to catch out this bot lane. They overshove. Sion is coming. Cream's theoretically in danger. Does manage to get away for now. Trying to get a bit of a speed up, and Hope finds an angle with the W. Killer Instinct and Cream about to be eaten. He is dessert, and Tarzan is the one buying.
Hope ends up tagging onto the Plasma and finishes trying to fight for vision in River, and instead realizes this is not your River, Hung.
Unfortunately, he is on the gallows this time around, and Shanks will ensure that the noose of the Shockwave brings him back to his death. Tarzan now on a potential flank angle. Don't need to find too much.
It is a very good item. It's a very good item, all things said and done, in fairness. Baron started up. Catch onto Kyle. Don't think it's going to matter that much.
Longer. There's a TP into the pit. Tarzan's kind of waiting. Wow. And they just blow up Kanavi. Tarzan gets ruptured. Trying to turn this around, but unfortunately that Jogan, oh my god, just blows up Kyle, but will die for it as Hope unleashes the Acathian Rain. Acid Rain is dangerous. Killers to the backline. Another Acathian Rain. It keeps on pouring. Torrential stuff from Hope, who helps pick up the full damage. Hunger's respawned and turns up, but again, he's got a Hex Flash and a Smite and a Dream.
And while 369 manages to get into the pit to get a chomp down onto Kyle, it's just the support. It's only 1 player down. It's a 4-for-1 right now, Hung. He has a Spellbook Smite, but he's not going to get anywhere close. He'll get soloed out by Shanks, who's got the Shockwave back up and available. Ooh. Another steak dinner served up. Baron onto 4 members. Kyle not sadly going to be a recipient of that, but, you know, he'll be comboed up with enough players to make the use of the Baron. So anyway, 10 kill Kai'Sa. Jesus, that is taking no prisoners.
Shanks backs for a Bloodletter's Curse and a Medjai's is very happy in this game. Tarzan will Warrior Trickster away from some danger. There's a knock up onto Shanks, turning this around there with the Cyclone Bar 2. The damage comes on through, and already trying to get some value. They're all going down. It's a triple to Kai'Sa. Hope looking for more. Won't be able to get anything beyond the triple, but very happy indeed.
Anyone's Legend is so far ahead. The blatant caster curse of, wow, he just bought a Medjai. Shanks is happy. Does not turn into a curse onto Shanks. He just
gets
about
away
lives.
with it.
Gets away with it. And Kanavi, well, what's the scoreline now? 0-8, 0-9. It's not pretty, is what it is. 0-9 shins out. This champion has been well and truly feasting for the carry, and Hope goes towards the Chakula. Another kill onto him as Hope, the assassin of the AD carries. Shows why you must respect his Kai'Sa.
Yeah, and does it using Jackie Love's skin as well.
Fist bump. I'll have one last game today.
Leads lead there. Flandre, who's about 10 CS, and Hope currently with a bit of the shove. Bit of advantage down there as well. Mid lane, though, Shanks might now be in a lot of danger. Gonna try and realm warp out the flag and drag knockup means he's going nowhere.
Good gang from Kanavi. Back.
Doesn't need attacks onto that dragon. A bit of a contest here. Knavi just looking. Queen comes over the wall, across the veil. Can maybe look for Tarzan now, who's going to be in a spot of bother. Dragon secured though nonetheless. Good Bramble Smash Smite combo. Damage onto Shanks. Going to get low. Does manage to flash over the wall to stay alive. Knavi low. Flashing forward. Guy on the kill.
Close.
Now in danger himself. Going to put out the focus resolve onto Jackal and get the root onto him. But the follow-up over the wall gets the kill for the Aurora. Flash on him from Tarzan. Help get that kill. Cleanse all down. They're so low. Not everyone dying. Shanks trying to get some flux across. Misses the overload. Finally gets something back, but will fall. It's a mess in the river. Navi hung now roaming on up, and Tarzan just left. Is now potentially going to come right back the way he came. It's got Nature's Grasp.
Bit of an
I don't know,
issue.
though.
Doesn't have flash. Cream can use the ult to cancel it. Flash forward for the Braum Q. And the ult. And Shanks, well, in a topical, hung out to dry. Yeah. Yeah, so Hung has been, you know, not well received by the LPL community at points. Of course, it's Tarzan. I do not think you win this play.
Does have flash, can use the phase rush, and they go. The twisted advance means nothing. Now the Cataclysm coming on down, and TES can keep on going. Kanavi flashing for more. Kyle with the heal. Is it going to be enough for Flandre? Keep throwing out some last rites, getting some autos down. Jackie looking to hunt for a bit more, and well, gets his way as well, but has to burn his own flash alongside that heal early.
Tarzan greeds for that position in the river. Doesn't get the grubs. There's an Ezreal trying to look for a steal, and will not get it. Kanavi will be able to smite that away.
Kanavi and Hung on the play. I think Flandre could be in danger here, mate.
I mean, you can stop the recall with a Braum Q or a Draven flag, like that. Thank you for showing us that. Now, he can dunk down onto him. There's no flash on Flandre, so he's going to get stuck up here either way. Kanavi can dunk on him at any different points. Might just wait for Cream to come forward. Which ult do you want to use, Julius the Flag Drug? In fact, the answer is none of them.
Yeah.
Flandre caught alone on that side lane, and anyone's Legend are so far behind in jungle support that they can't save their top laner. The split pusher of the Yorick is now behind the Aatrox, who's safely farming on the other side, and first tower will go to the side of top esports in the top lane.
And be as safe as possible. As the jungle just continues to be threatened by bunnies and Jarvans who go between worlds. Tarzan going to try and get realm warped out to safety. Will do so.
He loses his ball.
Flandre out to get this turret by himself. Does get that at the very least. So the split push option there from the Yorick could maybe another way back into it. Of course, Cream trades it out well on the other side, so it doesn't really lead to any actual meaningful advantage. At least anyone's Legend are getting something on the map.
Will help them get to the objective quicker.
Mate, that 100 barrage comes across a couple. Nice shield there from Kanavi. The Nature's Grasp comes on down to 3 HP. Tarzan can potentially look for the steal. Remember, they got the Q, trying to keep him away. He does steal it, but will trade his life for it. Lucian's the one who picks it up. Hope gets over the wall. Needs to keep running. His 369 has been slowed down by the saplings. They get most of what they came for. Shanks should be able to ult on out to safety and does.
I mean, Tarzan just gets the smite. It's not even a Q smite. Top Esports not able to keep anyone's Legend away from the objective. And for all their slow setup, they don't execute well on the keep away mechanics. 369, my dude.
No, not like that. That's unfortunate. Like Knavi flags and drags on through. Maybe he turns around. The healing is pretty ridiculous. Cataclysm comes across, wading down onto 2. Good damage, but the true shot barrage.
What are they doing?
Damage. They've gone so deep. Then goes Hung and gets picked up by Hope. It's a 3rd kill for him. Cream now needs to keep running. Needs to keep on trying to find his way away, but the slows keep running. Flash on out, but now Jackie. Kanavi going on in. Shanks has still got a shield. A flash from Kanavi still going to go down. 2v3. Cream still low. In goes Jackie. At least gets one with the vigilance passive. The double taps are there. The Lucian, the light slinger finally falls as Flandre throws a whole lot of morning mist and the last rites are done.
Cream's out of mana. Hasn't got his ult. Doesn't really have many ways out of this. Tarzan can get that root. Flandre will come on over. A morning mist, a swing of the shovel. And anyone's Legend will take down the entire team of Top Esports.
Surely, TP now coming on forwards. Bramble Smash and Smite means this is likely just going to be over. So, Top Esports, 2,000 gold ahead now. Not what they were. 3 items on Hope. 3 items on Flandre. Tarzan, ow. That one stings, but again, Jonathan being 2.5k ahead. How scary is that at this point in the game? I don't know. Cream, though,
There's a lot of missing
might be.
flashes. Kanavi can get a Cataclysm here, flag drag out potentially.
Nature's Grass comes across, gets interrupted by a tree shot barrage from that. Hope still staying alive. Lots of shields coming down in courtesy of the Karma, but they've lost the tree. Realm Warp out, looking to get some damage down as Flandre now in danger. Tries to get something here, but this Yorick is dead. That's much better from Top Esports. Punishing back, at least he gets one. The health bar's still quite low at Hope. Hang on, can he dance around this?
Now uses his E. I don't think you can fight now. That's down. Trying to walk forwards. Kanavi could potentially look for a flag drag forward. It ends up being 3 for 2 in the top side jungle. Top Esports and won't do so. Blue try and get used. They all know the Baron is going down.
Nature's Grass comes across.
Smite.
2,000. Oh, my days. He did go in for the Q. Smite couldn't quite make it happen. That means that Top Esports have got the Baron and the fight after. Between Worlds comes on through. Kanavi, Cream chasing for more. Hope flashes out. Cataclysm now down. Arcane Shift trying to continue hopping his way through for the flag. The drag. Hope with the shield, but Karma cannot keep their AD carry alive. Shanks trying to get value here with the smell flux, but Jackie Love just glides away. The relentless pursuit towards victory here. Top Esports finally find it. The straw that will bake. AL's back.
Shanks can't get the 1v1, and his death is signed off for with Love. Jackie Love, in this case, gets the 1v1 against the Rise as Top Esports. They will not fall to a Top Esports Baron of old. They will claim it. Tarzan flashed in, failed to secure. And Top Esports will see AL to a negative series win rate of 2 and 3 in their first 5 series.
The spring champions are humbled by the winter ones. 12 and 1 is Cream on the Aurora. And Top Esports clear.